Today marks 1 year since my mother made the decision to put my daughter in the front seat of her car with no seatbelt. Let's talk about it. A year ago today, I was low contact with my mom when my husband asked if she would be willing to pick up our daughter from daycare because I was running late from a meeting at work. And she said yes. But then I realized that maybe I was going to be able to make it there in time before the daycare closed. So my husband attempted to get in touch with my mom to let her know, hey, actually, I think Annie's going to make it. Like, you don't need to go and pick her up. My mother didn't answer him that day. And 10 minutes later, I got a notification saying that someone who was not me and who was not my husband had checked out our daughter from daycare. My husband called my mom and asked, hey, did you get my message? And my mom said, oh, no, sorry, I didn't see it, even though he had tried to call her twice, and then he texted her. And she said, it's fine, we got her, meaning her and my stepdad. We got her, we picked her up, but we were all feeling a little bit hungry, and so we came up the road to this fast food restaurant. We didn't have a car seat in the car with us, though, so we just put Addie in the front seat in Papa's lap, and we just let her ride up front. When my husband called and told me that, I thought I was going to run my car off the road. And I said to my husband, I'm on my way. I'll be there as soon as I can. And I remember pulling into that restaurant, and I walked in, and there was my mom, and there was my stepdad, and there was my daughter in a high chair because she was only a year old at the time. And I went up to my mom, and the first thing I said to her was, did you drive her here without a seatbelt in the front seat? And I'll never forget my mom looking at me, and the first thing that she said to me was, well, I didn't have a choice. I'll never forget the shock of that, the sheer lack of accountability that she didn't have a choice. And I remember looking at her and saying, Mom, you cannot put a child her age in the front seat of a car without a seatbelt. It's against the law. My mom raised kids under seatbelt laws. So I don't want anybody coming into the comment section, because someone always does, and say, well, she grew up in a different time and she probably didn't have car seats. Blah, blah. I'm 31 years old, okay? My mother grew up putting her kids in car seats. She owned car seats for my children. She just neglected to tell my husband that she didn't have a car seat with her when she agreed to pick up our daughter. But she knew she didn't have one with her. And I remember trying to keep my voice very calm because we were literally in the middle of a fast food restaurant. And I remember my mom just getting louder and louder and louder. She was yelling at me in this restaurant that how dare I suggest that instead of her putting my daughter in the car, that she call me or she call my husband, let us know you don't have a car seat. We would have come to meet you. You could have asked the daycare if they had an extra one, which our daycare did at the time. Like, you had choices and this is what you chose?